Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Cooking for the Family. I'm Dyvonne and today I'm going to share with you how to make Hawaiian macaroni salad, better known as Hawaiian Mac Salad. We are going to also make some teriyaki chicken and some teriyaki thin steaks as well to go with it. I'm going to share with you how the dressing comes together first. You ready? Let's get started. So in my bowl, well actually I'm using a measuring cup. This is a 4-cup measuring cup, and in there I have 2 cups of whole milk. Now to the 2 cups of whole milk, I'm adding 2 cups of regular mayonnaise. Now when you're making your dressing for your Hawaiian Mac Salad, you definitely want to use the whole milk. It's going to add to that creaminess of the dressing, okay? And so next to that, we're going to add some seasoning. Now, if you've never had Hawaiian Mac Salad or Hawaiian style Mac Salad, it has a tiny bit of sweetness to it. Really, it's different from maybe traditional macaroni salads that you've had in the past. And so it comes together so good. And we're going to make a nice, full, like Hawaiian style plate lunch. So we're going to put in also some salt. Now I put in 1 tablespoon of packed light brown sugar. Now I put in a half a teaspoon of regular table salt. Now to that we're going to be adding some black pepper, and we're going to be putting in 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Now the black pepper is really going to add really nice seasoning to it, but your mac salad is not going to be spicy at all, okay? And so that's 2 teaspoons of the black pepper. Now once we have our seasonings all together, I'm using this measuring cup, but you can definitely use a medium-sized bowl if you like. I use my wire whisk, and you want to just whisk and blend because we want to make sure that we're blending and dissolving the light brown sugar that we put in there with the salt and with the black pepper, and you don't want any lumps with your seasoning. And so when it's looking like this, we can go ahead and put it in the refrigerator to chill. And we're going to be putting our dressing with our mac salad in 2 steps. And I'm going to share with you when you want to put your dressing in your salad. Now to my pot of boiling water, I'm going to put a little bit of salt. That's about a teaspoon of salt that I have in my pot of boiling water. And we're putting in my measuring cup, I had 1 pound of regular macaroni elbow pasta, okay? Now in the description box below, I will have a list of all the ingredients you need to make the dressing, also how I do the teriyaki, the little extra stuff that I put in my teriyaki marinade and everything. So that will all be in the description box below for y'all, okay? So next we're going to go on and chop up some green onion. Now with the green onion, I'm using 2 green onions. You can use anywhere from 2 green onions to 4 green onions depending on how much you like green onions. But I put in 2 inside my macaroni salad, and then we're going to also have an extra green onion that we're going to put on top. Now we're going to use a celery rib, and you want to chop up 1 celery rib in small pieces. Now if you are new to my channel, welcome in. If you're a returner, welcome back. And I want to thank you all for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your good vibe comments. I am truly appreciative of that, as well as I just enjoy sharing what I like to cook and bake for my family in my kitchen. I know there's a lot of moms and dads out there and aunties and uncles that we are tasked with cooking different things and trying to be creative with the family when it comes to mealtime. And let me not forget about the grandmas and grandpas that are also taking care of the families and cooking in the kitchen as well. So I hope me sharing how to put together this complete family meal from beginning to end helps you in some way. So that was a medium-sized carrot that I had grated, and so I peeled the carrot, went on and grated it. And also with the celery and the green onion, you want to chop those about the size of, say, a kernel of corn, okay? Not too big, about the size of a kernel of corn that you want to do the celery and the green onion. Now our macaroni cooked to al dente, that took about 8 minutes, okay? And so it took about 8 minutes. You don't want to overcook your macaroni because then your noodles will become flat, they'll flatten on you. Next, I'm going to put in 1/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. Now with my macaroni noodles, when I took them off from boiling, I rinsed them gently in cold water. I also let my noodles drain very well before adding them to my mixing bowl. And you want your noodles to be warm when you add your apple cider vinegar, so that way the apple cider vinegar absorbs into the noodles better. We're going to set our noodles aside to let them cool a bit, and we're going to start working on our chicken and our steak and the little extras that we put in our marinade. So in my bowl, I have some thin ribeye steaks. This is the marinade that I like to use. It's the Lawry's Teriyaki and Pineapple Marinade. I also have some garlic there and some crushed red peppers. We have some chicken breast as well, about 3 chicken breasts that I have that I've sliced into half. Now with my garlic, you can use as much or as little garlic as you like. I find about 2 cloves to up to 3 cloves of garlic works good. Instead of mincing them, you want to slice them just like I'm doing here. And I'm going to put about, depends on how much chicken and steak that you want to use. My thin ribeye steaks in my bowl, I have about 8 there, I believe. So I'm going to put 1 whole garlic clove that I've sliced in there and just a little bit, a couple slices from that second piece of garlic clove, only because I have a little bit more steak than I have chicken. Now with the marinade, I give it a good shake. And I like to reserve about a half of a cup. So this is a half cup. So I'm going to reserve a half a cup of the marinade to baste the steak and the chicken once it's done. Then with the rest of the marinade, I put about half of the marinade into the steak and I put the rest of the marinade into the chicken. And again, it just depends on how much chicken or steak that you're using, but usually about half of the container of the marinade, and each works really good. So I put it all over. The chicken and the steak is going to marinate in the refrigerator for about 30 to 45 minutes. Then I'm going to use some of the crushed red pepper. So the crushed red pepper is also optional. I find that it gives the meat just that little something extra, and so I just use a little bit. I'm just using 1/4 of a teaspoon. If you want your meat a little bit more spicy, you can definitely use more, but 1/4 of a teaspoon of the crushed red pepper and each of the bowls just gives it just like a little extra something in the background. And so again, so it was the garlic that we put in there to the marinade that we added and that crushed red pepper. And I like to take my tongs and just move everything around in the bowl to make sure that all the meat has some marinade on them. And again, you can use definitely more garlic if you prefer, as well as more of the crushed red pepper flakes. And when I use this teriyaki marinade, I don't put any additional seasoning on my meat, just the teriyaki marinades. Now another way that I've also used this marinade is that I've used it when I've grilled up a whole chicken. And how I do that is that I take my whole chicken, and after you've rinsed it, I pat it dry. Then I go and I use my kitchen shears and I cut it down the middle. I open it up like I'm butterflying it, so I open up my entire chicken. It's got the skin on as well. I use a 9x13 casserole dish. I go in and I pour the marinade all over the chicken. I reserve a little bit to baste, so maybe about a half a cup or so. I usually always like to reserve. I go on and I put the marinade all over the chicken in the casserole dish. I slice my garlic all over. I sprinkle on the pepper flakes as well if you're going to be using those. I cover the casserole dish with some plastic wrap. I put the whole chicken while it's marinating in the refrigerator for about 30 to 40 minutes. Then I take it out and I just go ahead and grill it up. And it comes out really great like that as well. Well, while our chicken and our steak is marinating, we're going to finish up our macaroni salad. When you take your dressing out, give it a stir so that way anything that's settled to the bottom, you want to go in and reincorporate that into our whole dressing. Go ahead and add in all of the veggies that we chopped up, the green onion, the celery, and the grated carrot that we have. You want to add that all in. Now at this time, you only want to add in half of your dressing for your macaroni salad. Go on and give everything a good stir, blending from the bottom all the way up to the top. Make sure that your carrots and your celery, your green onions all get distributed throughout your macaroni salad. I'm going to cover our macaroni salad with some plastic wrap. Then I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator, let it chill up, and let the dressing start to absorb a little bit into the macaroni noodles. Now, while our mac salad is chilling in the fridge, we're going to grill up our steak and our chicken. We're going to put the balance of that dressing for our mac salad in the refrigerator as well. Our chicken and our steak have done marinating. I've got my grill set at 375 degrees. Now these first few pieces of meat that I'm putting on does not have any of the marinade on them. My oldest son didn't want any marinade today, so I left the marinade off of his, and I just seasoned his pieces with just some regular seasoning, salt and pepper. And you can see how well that teriyaki marinade has absorbed nicely into the pieces of meat, especially with the chicken. What I have found in the past when I've been using this marinade over the years is that the marinade really helps to keep the chicken nice and moist, especially chicken breast, because chicken breast can tend to dry out really quickly and easily. The marinade really helps to keep the chicken nice and moist. So we have all of our meat on the grill. We're going to go on and put the top down. Well, our meat has grilled up nicely, so our chicken is just about done and it's time to take it off. But before I take it off, what I like to do is I take that reserve marinade that we had and I go on and I brush it all over the meat just like this. You want to brush it on the meat, give it a nice flip, and then we're going to brush the other side with the marinade as well. Now I went on and I took the steak off the grill, y'all, and I totally forgot to put that little extra marinade, because that finishing touch of that marinade on the meat right when it's done cooking really adheres to the meat and it just makes it so good. Well, let's go on and finish getting our macaroni salad together. Now when you're ready to serve your mac salad is when you put that balance, the second part of our dressing. You want to go on and add that now into your macaroni salad. And the reason why you want to add half the dressing in the beginning and then half of the other part of the dressing when you're ready to serve your mac salad is because it keeps the mac salad from drying out, and then you always end up with this dry, you can end up with this dry macaroni salad that doesn't have like a lot of dressing on that. Well, to keep that from happening, save that other half and you can always add that when it's time to serve. Well, let's go on and give it a quick taste for seasoning and see how it's tasting, and if we need to add any more salt or pepper to our mac salad. Needs a little bit more salt and just a little bit more pepper. So I'm just going to put a couple pinches of some salt in there, and then we're going to add just a couple more dashes of pepper. And you want to definitely season your mac salad to your taste after you've added in that other half of the dressing. Also, with your Hawaiian Mac Salad, you can make it a day ahead of time, put half the dressing on, and then when it's time, go on and put that second half of the dressing on when you're ready to serve it. So this is something great that you can make ahead of time. Now, once I've transferred my mac salad to my serving bowl, what I like to do is take that extra green onion, and so I put 2 green onions inside the mac salad. I'm going to take a third green onion, and I just want the green part of my green onions, and I use my kitchen shears, and I just go in and I chop, and I just go in and cut actually, and I'm just going to cut and put green onion all over the top. That is the nice little finishing touch I like to do with my mac salad, and you can just put on one like I did, or you can put on 2 green onions on top. Well, let's put our Hawaiian plate lunch together that we are actually having for our dinner tonight. So we have our Hawaiian Mac Salad. I've got some garden salad right there as well. And I use the chicken breast, but you can definitely use boneless, skinless chicken thighs if you want. I've made some nice steamed rice to also add to our lunch plate that we have, which is very traditional to have that steamed rice as well. I've got a nice piece of this ribeye steak, and let's see how our Hawaiian style plate lunch is looking. It is looking so classic, y'all. It looks so good. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to give this a try. We have our salad, and you know those cucumbers and tomatoes, they came out of my vegetable garden. They have come in so good this season. But you know what, y'all? I think I'm going to switch gears and try the chicken breast. The chicken breast is just so moist with that teriyaki marinade. It comes out so good. So I think I'm going to give a try to the chicken breast today. Let me get our bite ready. Let me get a little mac salad. Well, that bite right there, that's for you. Well, let me take a bite and see how we did. Wow. Well, I hope y'all give this recipe a try. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I invite you to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, don't forget to show it some love. Give it a thumbs up. Click share. Share this video with a friend or a family. This is how we make delicious Hawaiian plate lunch with the mac salad. Well, that is it for me today, y'all. And remember, it's always good when Dyvonne is cooking for the family. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.